Okay. And I'm just going to show you a classical sun salutation. Now I figured, I don't know who of you know yoga or know how to do yoga, so if I walk through this step by step, this is going to be the easiest way to show you and the safest way. So I'm not going to show you how to do handstands, headstands right at the beginning. That'd be silly. Okay. So the usual thing I do with my yoga students is get them to bring their minds in the room. Remember that this is their time, this is their space, this is their time to hold space for themselves instead of externally thinking all the time about stuff they've got to do, stuff that they've done or haven't done. This is a chance for the body and the mind to relax and let the mind give the body a chance to relax. So what we're going to go through is a classical sun salutation taught to me by my yoga teachers when I first started. I found that this was one of the most important things to do to create equilibrium in the body. You have to do the same thing on both sides. So if you make a conscious effort to do exactly the same thing on each side, then your body creates equilibrium, and yeah, it's really good for the body, really good for the mind. Whilst we're in all these poses, doing all these poses, I'll be asking you to breathe a certain way, so inhale and exhale at a certain time. So if you could try and do that with me, that would be great. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope it takes your mind off things. The elephant in the room, so to speak. So I'm just going to begin. I like to listen to music when I do yoga. Okay, so I'm going to get you to stand at the top of your mat. If you have one, actually I've just assumed that everybody's got a yoga mat. If you haven't got one, don't worry about it, you can just do it standing up on the floor. Absolutely fine. So what we're going to do is stand at the top of the mat, or make sure you've got enough room behind you to spread your whole body out on the floor. And what we're going to go ahead and do is just stand up nice and tall. In mountain pose, Tadasana. And what we're going to do with the feet is we're going to ground the feet. So you can either have your feet 2 fist widths apart, or you can have them together. But I want you to ground the feet. Just make sure every part of the sole of the foot is on the floor. And just stand up nice and tall. Shoulders back and chin parallel to the floor. And really ground the feet. Start breathing in and out. Nice deep breaths. Arms down to the side, fingertips spread. And breathe, nice deep breaths. Filling up the chest, filling up the torso as you exhale. Exhale all the way, emptying the air and belly, drawing that navel to the spine. So on the next inhale, I'd like you to engage your calf muscles. And then let them release on the exhale. On the next inhale, engage the calf muscles, the knees and the thighs. On the exhale, just release them, and release them all into the feet. On the inhale, engage everything again, and the buttocks this time, including the core. Just tensing all those muscles, and on the exhale, just release them down. And again on the inhale, engaging everything. Exhale, release. So on your next inhale, I'd like you to raise your arms up. Exhale, release down into the body through the floor. Inhale, engage everything. And reach up. Stretch the side of the torso. Exhale, release down. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. So we're pulsing through the body. Inhale, engaging the core, engaging the buttocks, engaging the thighs. Exhale, just releasing down, letting the shoulders relax a little. And again, inhale up. Now from here on the exhale, I just want you to swan dive those arms down. And then we'll come into a gentle forward fold. So place the hands on the calves, on the shins. And from here, we're just feeling that little stretch in the lower back and in the glute muscles. This is called our halfway lift. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. So what I mean by centering the mind and the body is just concentrating on that flow of the breath as we go through these asanas, these exercises. Inhaling. Exhaling. And the easiest way to do this, or one of the ways to do this, is to concentrate on the airflow between the nostrils and the upper lip, so you can feel the airflow as you inhale, nice and cold, and as you exhale, it's nice and warm. So we're inhaling, feeling that flow of air, exhaling, releasing. Inhale. Exhale, release those hands to the floor. So this is still a gentle forward fold. We're not going far. We're not trying to pull our head towards our knees. We're not trying to pull our head towards the floor. I want you to place your hands wherever you feel comfortable. I don't want anybody injuring themselves. So from here on the inhale, I want you to try your right leg back into low lunge, which means dropping your right knee to the back, to the floor, untucking those toes, and the left knee at the front is in line with the ankle. And we're just resting here, breathing here for a minute. Rest the hands on the knee at the front. Nice deep breaths. So we'll inhale those arms up and breathe. Exhale down into the hips. So what we're doing is we're releasing into the hips. Inhale, filling up the torso, reaching up those arms into the air. Exhale, releasing down into the hips. Inhaling up. Exhale, release those hands down. Tuck that toe at the back. And bring the left leg back into plank position. And we're engaging the core, the thighs again. Spreading those fingertips, making sure those hands are nice and grounded. And again, centering the mind on the breath. Inhale. Keeping everything engaged. On your next exhale, I'd like you to take your knees down, your chin and chest all the way down into caterpillar pose. And breathe here. Nice deep breaths. Keeping that core engaged. Two more breaths here. Okay, on the next inhale, I'd like you to untuck those toes at the back and gently push forwards into a pose called Cobra. So we're releasing the hips down to the floor, drawing those shoulders back, trying to keep the chin parallel to the floor. And in this pose, the base of the spine is engaged and you shouldn't feel any weight in your hands really. So we're just breathing here, engaging the back, the lower spine. Just feeling that sensation and breathing. Okay, so on the next inhale, we'll tuck those toes at the back. And we'll push up into a pose called Downward Facing Dog. So in this pose, your feet are hip width apart, maybe a little bit further. And you can just pedal those feet, pedal those calves, because this may be the first one you've ever done. And it's quite an intense pose. So with the hands at the front, we're really pushing into the mat. And we're pushing the head away from the shoulders. We're rotating the shoulders out, so your arm at the top is rotating out. And we're pushing the head towards the shins. You can gaze up at the knees, the thighs, the belly. Just gently pedaling those heels. Keeping that core engaged. Really pushing into those hands. Okay, so on the next inhale, we'll draw that right leg forwards, very slowly into the middle of the hands. Bringing us up into low lunge. So again, I'm tucking that toe at the back, placing the knee down. And for some people, this is really uncomfortable for the knee to be on the floor. So you can either put a blanket under your knee to help the knee, or you can actually stay up in high lunge. This is quite intense on the lower leg, on the right side, the thigh. But for now, we'll stick with low lunge, remembering that the hips are facing forwards, the knees above the ankle, always above the ankle. So we'll inhale those arms up now. And exhale into the hips. Inhale those arms up. And exhale down into the hips. One more time. Exhale those hands down. Tuck the toe at the back. And then pushing forwards, we'll gently come up into a halfway lift. And breathe here. Just remembering to center the mind on the breath. It helps if you close your eyes. Exhale those hands down into a gentle forward fold. You shouldn't be feeling any pain in the legs. Your hands can be wherever. Just up here, down here. If you can reach the floor, that's great. If there's any pain in the knee, we just bend the knee slightly. Okay, on the next inhale, just slowly come up, rolling up that spine. Bringing those shoulders back to the start into Tadasana, mountain pose. Legs nice and strong, engaged, buttocks engaged, core engaged, and raise those arms up. Exhale, release. engage. Exhale those hands down to the heart position. And breathe. Okay, so we do this exactly the same on the left hand side now. So every breath is a conscious breath. Bringing the mind inside the body, feeling all the sensations of every asana that we do. Shoulders back. Slowly inhale those arms up. Reaching up. Exhale down through the body. Inhale up, engaging the thighs, the core, the buttocks. Exhale those arms down. Inhale up. And then exhale, then we'll drop those arms down into halfway lift. So placing the hands on the shins. Nice deep breaths. In this position, you're trying to get the spine as straight as possible. And we're just breathing. Concentrating on that space between the nostrils and the upper lip. Okay, on the next exhale, we'll release those hands down into a forward fold. Just gentle forward fold. So I want you to be careful of the knees at the back. You should be feeling the stretch in the hamstrings and the glutes. So wherever you feel comfortable. We're not trying to reach the head towards the knees or the floor just yet. And relax into this. Inhale, feel the torso there. And as you exhale, just release a little from the hips. You'll feel this pull in the hamstring. Okay. So from here, when we inhale, we're going to draw that left leg back into low lunge. Okay, so knee down on the floor gently. Untuck that toe at the back. Hips facing forwards. Knee above the ankle. And we'll inhale those arms up. Reach up. Exhale down into the hips. Inhale up. Exhale down into the hips. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale those hands down. And breathe. We inhale and take that right leg back into plank. Making sure those fingers are spread at the front. The hands are nice and grounded. Couple of breaths here. On the next exhale, we'll drop those knees, the chin and chest to the floor, and breathe here. Keeping those elbows into the side on the inhale, and push up into cobra. Okay, so we're engaging the lower spine a little, drawing those shoulders back and bringing that chin parallel to the floor. Breathing, taking those conscious breaths. Two more breaths here. Okay, so on the next inhale, we'll tuck those toes at the back and we'll push up into downward facing dog. So really gently again, we're going to pedal those heels, keep those feet hip width apart. We're going to really push the hands into the floor at the front, fingertips spread. Reach those ears away from the shoulder and rotate those shoulders out. Gazing up at the thighs, the belly. We're just pressing those heels down. Really stretching the back of those thighs. And on the next inhale, we're going to draw that left foot forwards into the middle of the hands. We're going to drop the knee at the back. Remember, if this is uncomfortable for the knee, you can go up into high lunge. It's a little bit more difficult. The balance is a little bit more difficult, but again, we're doing the same thing, exactly the same thing on both sides. So we're creating equilibrium in the body. So again, heel down, knee above the ankle at the front, hips facing forwards. Exactly the same thing as the right side. We'll inhale those arms up. And we're exhaling down into the hips. Inhale up. Exhale down into the hips. One more time, inhale up. And exhale those hands down. We'll tuck that toe at the back. On the inhale, we'll push forwards. Slowly bring that leg up into forward fold. Into halfway lift. And draw those shoulders back. Gentle halfway lift, trying to keep that spine straight. And breathe. Always coming back to that breath. I like to keep my eyes closed when I practice. It just helps to draw the mind inside the body. Okay, so we're going to exhale those hands down into a gentle forward fold. And then on the next inhale, we're going to slowly roll up the vertebrae of the spine. Very slowly. Bringing those shoulders back. Inhaling those arms up into a strong Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhaling, keeping everything engaged. Exhaling, releasing all that energy through the feet. Inhaling up. Exhale those hands down to heart. So this is one of the first lessons I was ever taught as a yoga teacher. And its importance is incredible. It's amazing for drawing your mind inside the body. I hope this has relaxed you somewhat. Release the hands down. I hope this has relaxed you somewhat, because it always relaxes me, and I always teach this way to my students. There is a faster version, if you can call it a version, where you breathe in with one pose, breathe out with one pose, and I will show you that, but I just wanted to articulate it for people that haven't ever done yoga before, or someone that wants to relax or not go through quite a strenuous first yoga session. So yeah, my name's Adam. I'm a yoga teacher at the Reset Button. I hope you like this lesson. Namaste.